Hello and welcome. This is going to be my how-to video of how to upgrade your Sony PlayStation 4's internal hard drive. So what you need is one of these. It's a PlayStation 4. I've had mine since September and it's January. It's about 5 months, 4 or 5 months-ish. It's already full and I've only got about 7 games, if that. This current generation, it requires you to have, however big the game is, use up that much space on the hard drive as well, and it's just a joke really, because Blu-rays and the capacity for discs have improved so much, but hard drives, well, batteries as well, but hard drives haven't really made that leap at the same time. Yes, you can get 500 gig hard drives and terabyte, but when a game is 50 gig or 60 gig, you're looking at about 7 or 8 games on disc. So that's a new feature. It's a terrible feature in my opinion. Yes, these consoles need that. They need to install part of the game or cache the game so that they can take it off and play it. But yeah, it's a very, very bad point about these current generation consoles, in that they have to use up the space on the disc on the hard drive as well. So you very quickly, after before your gaming collection reaches 10, you're gonna have to invest in a new hard drive, internal one, which is unprecedented really. The other alternative, because I hear some of you say, no Super, you don't, you can just delete your old games. Yeah, but then again, if you delete your old games, what's really the point of having them on your shelf? You might as well just sell them. It's nice that Sony, if you can sell your games, that's cool. If you're gonna delete them off your hard drive, what is the point of them being on your shelf? Because if you want to play them, you're then gonna have to delete your most current game, or a game that you also don't want to play anymore, and then put that game in and just play 5 or 10 minutes of it. You're gonna have to do that every single time. So for a lot of people, it's no-brainer. You're gonna have to upgrade. Good thing about upgrading though is it's relatively cheap. An internal drive, a terabyte one, is about 40 quid. So it's probably less than a video game, which is fine. If you're going to do that, you're going to get an extra 2 lots of what you currently have. So essentially, you can have another 14 or 16 games on your console. What I did is I chose to go for a 2 terabyte one, which should give me roughly about 30 games on there, including obviously the ones I've got already, because the way I'm working out is about 7 games for 500. That's how I've worked it out. That way you'll get about up to 30 games with this 2 terabyte, and apparently it's not too difficult to do. So this is what you need. This little beauty will cost you about £80 odd, something like that. The one I went for is a Samsung SpinPoint 2 terabyte. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. As you can see, it's no different to a normal hard drive really. And what I'm going to do is take you through all the steps of how to install this and set it up. So then what you've got to do is you've then got to copy all of your save files onto your USB stick, and you can use the same USB stick that you've got the PlayStation update data on. It's a bit of a tedious process, but it shouldn't take you too long. It is much beneficial if you've got one of the newer USB sticks, because otherwise it can take a while. For instance, that 37.75 megabyte file for Battlefield 4 was going to take 4 minutes, turned out to be a few seconds with the newer USB drive, so even more of a reason to upgrade it. I'll say don't worry if you overcopy things, because you will get this message. If anything, I'd go back over all your saves if you're like me, and just make sure that they've all been copied over, especially ones that you may have some more interest in. What I would also do is, even though you've copied it to your USB, just in case, I would then upload it to the online storage. You'll get this message, and yes, you have to select each one again and upload it to the storage, but hey, it's worth it if you've spent a lot of time on your games. After you've got the, your hard drive ready and all the rest of it, you want to be downloading the PlayStation 4 system software. You've got to have at least 900 megabytes of free space. I downloaded the software and it's about 750 meg, so just thought that gives you some idea. Obviously you'll then need to update it afterwards, but you download it as it says there. You've got a USB storage device. I use quite a quick one. This is like an extreme, it's difficult to see, but I've got a video somewhere of it. Create a folder PS4, and then create a folder in that called update, and then just download the actual file, the system software, and drag it and put it into that folder. And then what you want to do, depending on your saves, if you online back them up or not, you then need to put all of your save games on the same USB stick, because you can use the same one if you've got enough space. So next step is you're going to take your PlayStation 4 from wherever you keep it, unplug all of the cables, make sure nothing's connected to it, and you see this the shiny piano black or gloss here side of the PlayStation. You're just going to gently move it in the opposite direction, like so, very gently, and that will take it apart. Just like so. There you go. And then you've got the hard drive bay just there. So as you can see, it's quite simple. There's just one kind of bay area, and there's little PlayStation symbols there. You'll just need a Phillips screwdriver, I'd say medium kind of size, and you just loosen it up and keep that in a safe place. Keep your screwdriver in a safe place too, and you just gently remove the hard drive. You can see in there that it is a 5,000 megabytes, that's 500 gigabytes. So now that you've removed the hard drive bay, you've then got to take the actual hard drive out of the bay. You do this quite simply by removing these 4 screws either side. I'll just speed this part of the video up. Remember to keep them in a safe place. So with your hard drive unscrewed, you then want to remove your new one, which is like so, and you want it to be exactly the same kind of orientation, precisely as your old one. You gently remove that. You might be needing that later on, and you just put the new one in. Make sure it fits snugly and all the rest, and then you just screw it back up. So I'll speed the video up again for you. So once that's snug, you just insert it nice and smooth, no lube required. Yeah. And you'll know when it's in tight because things will line up like this screw here. And there you go, you just pop the top back on. No one would ever know the difference. As you can see, the USB drive is in, and we've also got the PlayStation 4 controller connected as well. So what we should be doing now is pressing and holding the power button for at least 7 seconds until the second beep comes on. That will put the PlayStation into safe mode. That was the second beep. Should be in safe mode. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what safe mode looks like. Connect the DualShock and then press the PlayStation button. Here we go. So you'll get a lot of options there. You need to pick option 7, reinstall system software. Contains an update file for installation version 2.03 or later. That should be the one that you've just downloaded. Success! After you've clicked the OK button, it should then initialize. Don't worry about version 2.03, that will update once it's loaded the initial version 2. So now, after that, it will restart itself and it will go into a system software update. You just follow the normal procedure and go through. Depending on your internet speed and all the rest of it, you know, it shouldn't take that long. So you'll then get this very familiar sound and the logos and things pop up, and you'll get this. So back when you first bought your PlayStation, you'll get this. And there you go, as you can see we've got 1.77 terabytes remaining. Applications, it's going up because I left Destiny in, so it's going to automatically be, you know, copying it onto the hard drive there. But I think 1.77 terabytes is a little bit better than my 2 gigs that were remaining at the start. So now I've just got to sign into my normal PlayStation account and copy all of my saved games onto this, and then load up every game or download every game that I had before, because there's just not enough space on a USB stick to do that, and it's a lot quicker, believe me, to download all the games and things off of your store than to put it on a hard drive, because I don't know what it is, but it just takes a very long time if you wanted to do it that way. So thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope that was quite a painless process for yourself. I thoroughly would recommend you do this because the PlayStation, it comes with diddly squat memory. You think 500 gigs is going to be enough, but you get about 13 games like I have, you run out of space. So if you are in for the long haul, like I'm going to try to be, and you want to get 30 games on your PlayStation, you don't want to have to keep deleting them, this is the way to go. Get a 2 terabyte for about 80 odd quid. You know, make that upgrade. It's quite simple, quite easy. I'd say it's probably it's definitely simpler than the PlayStation 3, the way that you did it that way, and maybe even simpler than the Wii U to get your saves over. Thanks for joining me, thanks for watching, take care.